Emily and Mark were eager to start their long weekend getaway. They had booked a charming Airbnb nestled in the woods, far away from their bustling city life. The listing promised a serene escape with all modern amenities and breathtaking views. When they arrived, the cabin was even more picturesque than in the photos. Cozy and well-kept, it exuded a warm, inviting atmosphere. They unpacked quickly and settled in, excited for their stay. The first night was peaceful. They enjoyed a home-cooked meal, played board games, and marveled at the starry sky. But as they prepared for bed, a strange feeling began to settle over Emily. She couldn't shake the sense that they were being watched. Round midnight, Emily was jolted awake by the sound of footsteps above them. She nudged Mark, who groggily listened but dismissed it as the house settling. The footsteps continued, slow and deliberate, pacing back and forth. They decided to investigate. As they ascended the creaky stairs, the noises stopped. The upstairs was empty, just a few unused rooms and an old study. Relieved but unnerved, they returned to bed. The next morning, Emily found a handwritten note on the kitchen table. "Welcome to my home. Please respect it as I have." Confused, she asked Mark if he had seen it before. He hadn't. They shrugged it off, thinking it must have been left by the owner. That night, the footsteps returned, louder and more insistent. This time, they heard faint whispers accompanying the steps. Mark, determined to solve the mystery, grabbed a flashlight and headed upstairs again. In the old study, the air was icy cold. The flashlight flickered, casting eerie shadows on the walls. On the dusty desk lay an old, leather-bound journal. Curious, they opened it. The entries detailed the life of a man who had lived there decades ago, who had mysteriously vanished one night, never to be seen again. Suddenly, the room grew colder, and the whispers became clearer. Emily and Mark could barely make out the words. "Get out. Leave my home." Panicked, they fled the study, the journal slipping from their grasp. Back downstairs, they frantically packed their belongings. As they rushed to the door, they saw a figure standing in the hallway, a tall, shadowy man with hollow eyes, staring at them. He raised a bony finger and pointed towards the exit. Without a second thought, they bolted out of the cabin, not stopping until they reached their car. As they drove away, they looked back one last time. The cabin stood silent and dark, but in the upper window, they saw the figure watching them, fading into the night. They never spoke of their experience again, and the Airbnb listing quietly disappeared, as if it had never existed at all.